everyone, and welcome to Melania's Kitchen. My name is Melania Isa, and today we're going to be making burger buns. They're not only great for burgers, but they also excellent to use for fried chicken sandwiches, deli sandwiches, or really any sandwich you might be thinking of making. The first thing we're going to need 500 grams all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of dry yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter, and 1 1/4 cup of milk. I'm using whole milk here, and I divide it into 1 cup and 1/4, and I'll tell you why in a second. So the first thing I'm going to do is to activate our dry yeast. And how to do it? So basically I take my milk and I have it into a lukewarm temperature, and into that I add my 2 tablespoons of sugar and my tablespoon of dry yeast, and just give this a whisk. And what I'm doing here, 2 things. The first is to help the yeast ferment faster, and the second thing, to check for our yeast whether it's alive or dead. So basically I'm gonna put this aside, I'm gonna cover it, and I'm put it aside for 10 to 15 minutes depending on your kitchen temperature. And after 15 minutes, if it's all bubbly and creamy and it's almost like have separation in between, that means your yeast is alive and it's good to go. It's gonna rise your bread and gonna have a perfect bread. But if you didn't see this bubbly and creamy and separation, that means your yeast is dead and you need to go buy a new one because it's gonna ruin your bread. I'm gonna bring here my flour, and I'm gonna add my baking powder and my salt, and I'm just gonna give it a quick sift. Alright guys, so let's check on our yeast, and my magic already happened. As you can see, it's already here. Look at that. So that's what I'm talking about. It's so bubbly and creamy. You see it's almost separation here. Mine took less than 5 minutes. I live in a tropical island and it's very warm here, so it would vary from my kitchen to your kitchen, but that's the result that you're looking for. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna create a hole in here in the middle. So I'm gonna take my egg and I'm just gonna crack it in the middle here, just like that. And I'm gonna grab a fork. I'm not gonna use my hand yet. So I'm just gonna give it a quick whisk, and I'm gonna add my yeast mixture. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go in with a 1/4 cup of my milk, and I didn't add all my liquid because the absorption rate of each flour is different, so you might need a little bit more or a little bit less. And you just have to make sure that your milk lukewarm temperature, not too hot, because if it's hot it's also gonna ruin your yeast. And at this point I'm going to take the spoon off and just work with my hand. You just need to mix until you form a dough, and you're gonna keep kneading the dough until it's a very smooth dough and no lumps, and that will take from 10 to 15 minutes. And you don't need to do that on the surface. I'm gonna do all of that inside my bowl here so I don't make a mess. Actually, I think mine need more liquid. So I'm gonna add some more here, about a tablespoon. So see, you just have to go with the liquid little by little, because it's gonna be different for everyone. So I'm just gonna keep kneading. So look guys, I've been kneading for 5 minutes, and that's the result. I'm still gonna continue kneading, but at this point, when I used to have the dough, I'm gonna introduce my butter. So I'm just gonna, at room temperature, it needs to be at room temperature so it will be easy to work with. So I'm just with your hand, just knead the butter. Alright guys, so it's been 7 minutes. I've been kneading my dough. And here, that's what I have for now. All the liquid got absorbed. and mine getting very smooth, and I'm satisfied here. I'm gonna form a ball and I leave it to rise until double in size. I won't give you a specific time because mine's gonna be very quickly here. But if you live in a cold climate, you might want to heat up your oven slightly. You don't want to cook your dough, and just wait until it cools down a bit, and then cover your dough and put it in the oven, so just to give it a little help to get fermented, you know. But for me here, it's already feel like an oven, so I don't need to do that. So I'm just gonna cover it with a clean towel, kitchen towel, and I put it aside, and I'll see you when it's double in size. All right, guys, so it took my dough 22 minutes to double in size and get fermented like that. At this point, I'm gonna take it and deflate it and shape it. Try to, as much as possible, to cut it equal sizes so it can cook evenly. So here and here. So 500 grams give me 6 buns. I'm gonna go like this and just form a ball. Just do that. And here I laid my oven tray with parchment paper. Once I put it here, I'm not gonna move it again until I take it out from the oven. And that's what you want to do with your dough. You don't want to move it up after it's fermented, because you don't want to mess up the fermentation. All right. So at this point, I'm just gonna press it gently to just have a decent size bun. Not too much, just like that. I'm just gonna put it here. We're gonna keep space because it's gonna double in size here. Now I'm gonna take a little here and add it to this one. So after shaping our buns, you're gonna cover them with a clean kitchen towel. And I wouldn't recommend to use plastic wrap because it might stick. So when they're already nice and fermented and you try to pull them out, that's gonna mess up the fermentation. And I'm gonna wait until double in size. All right, guys, let's check on my buns. It's been 30 minutes and they're fermenting beautifully. So now we're gonna do a quick coating. So basically, I added some a tablespoon of sugar and some milk, and I'm gonna take 1 egg yolk. Just egg yolk, and I'm gonna have all the measurements in the description box. So 1 egg yolk and a touch of vanilla, couple drops, and just give this a whisk. That's gonna be the coating for my buns to give it a nice color. It's very important, guys, to work with your buns very gently at this point. So use a silicone brush and very gently you're gonna brush it all around it, because you want this nice golden color, and that's this mixture gonna give that nice perfect color. So I'm gonna coat this, and optional, you can add black sesame seed. I have a mixture here of black sesame seed and white sesame seeds, but it's your choice. You put whatever your heart desire. Meanwhile, while I'm doing this, I'm preheating my oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So you have to make sure it's preheated and it's high heat, 200. Preheat like high heat. So I'm gonna go here with my black sesame seeds and white sesame seeds and into my preheated oven, which is gonna take about 15 to 20 minutes. And I'll show you the final result. If you can put your oven at the top and the bottom, that would be great. If not, just put it on the bottom. So mine here, up and bottom. It's been 20 minutes in the oven, and mine is nice and ready to be pulled out. All right, guys, so here you have it, my burger buns. look gorgeous as you can see. Look at that, guys. It smells so delicious here and so soft. It's so hot, but I left it to rest for like 5 minutes, but I can't wait until, you should leave it longer to just be able to handle. But look how spongy, so nice. It smells so delicious. Right here I just made a fried mushroom, vegan style, and I'm gonna show you how to assemble this using this perfect bun. So I'm gonna take one of these right here. Actually, let me take this one big one. I'm super hungry, and I'm going to just show you what it looks like from inside. Look at that. Look at that, guys. So nice and spongy. So into my plate, I made this beautiful Dell vegan spread. It's coming up. I'm gonna show you how to make it and how to make these fried mushrooms. So I'm just gonna be generous here. I love dill, and just it's gonna complement my fried mushroom so well. I'm gonna take a piece of lettuce. Piece of lettuce here, and another one there. And I'm gonna add some of my tomatoes. Take this, the right size for my bun. Take my, and here I have my mushroom. Look at that, guys. Doesn't that look like fried chicken or what? So crispy, so crunchy. I know we're doing tutorial for burger buns, but I can't help it. You have super crunchy. It's been over 15 minutes fried. It's been sitting there. I'm waiting for the buns to be ready to put it together, and it's still super crunchy. And here we go. I'm gonna put this out of the way. And look at that, guys. Let me just pick up this up and show you this masterpiece. Right, so I'm gonna take this big sandwich and I'm just gonna dig in. I've been so hungry. I've been waiting for this. This bun gonna take your sandwich to the next level. Please give it a try. You're gonna love it. And if you like my video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. And as always, eat healthy and cook at home. Bye.